here with Pro Wrestling Enforcer PWE Report, and we have Kaia McKenna join us here, the Conduit of Karma, here at Starrcast, and she is a guest here for the first time. So talk about the experience at Starrcast. How fun was it meeting the fans here and taking it all in?
It was such a good experience. I have helped out at Starrcast previously when I was a newer, greener professional wrestler, so to get to be a part of the event from this standpoint this year was so fun. It was so fun to just see everybody coming off of a year injury, right? So to be here and see a lot of people that I've not gotten a chance to see in the past year was really cool too, right? Because everybody kind of congregates for Starrcast. Yes. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was my favorite part, was just getting to like reconnect with fans that I haven't seen in a while I was out with my injury.
Definitely, you've been here at IWTVPro previously, a couple other promotions as well, but Dreamwave is where you've been recently featured in Illinois. You know, talk about that. You and Becca had a one-on-one match. How great was that? Fun in LaSalle in front of the Dreamwave crowd.
It was really great until she raked my eyes and cheated to win. And then I was in two scrambles there that were like stacked. Becca was in the scrambles, Maki Ito, ShazzaMckenzie, Brittany Brooks, Zeta Steele, two very upcoming young girls. And didn't pull it off for the title shot, but I didn't get pinned in either of those matches. So whoever wins that women's championship match in October, I'm watching. Okay? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I got some business to finish at Dreamwave.
That's great. So a return to Dreamwave is in the works for probably late fall, early next year?
Whenever the universe dictates, I will be there.
Awesome. Awesome. You also had WrestleMatch. And Alyssa Kate was standing right next to you. You were in a match with her and ShazzaMckenzie, a couple others. Talk about that. It was for a women's championship as well. It was on the line.
It was. That was actually my first main event that I've ever had in professional wrestling. That was my first women's title match. Very, very tall order for main event McKenna, per se, right? And whenever you have four women and everybody really wants to win, right? Everybody's really vying for that prize, the intensity level of the match always ramps up. So you can plan, you can anticipate, you can have your playbook, but there's no, it's like wild card, there's no rules, right? Four people. So you just do the best you can, and I did the best I could to try to win that night. I was not successful, but perhaps in the future I will again be revisiting because I was not pinned. So, Shaz better watch out, because I'm watching.
Awesome. Awesome. And how great is it for you to just be back in the mix, you know? You were out for about a year or so, and, how awesome is it to be there, and then all these new women have appeared as well, if there's enough.
Well, that's the thing, right, is like, there was a period in time during my recovery where I had to address the fact that I may not wrestle again, and that might be the reality, and that was very, very, very difficult for me to accept. Fortunately, I'm stubborn and I am not going to accept that, and I did find my way back. But because of that moment where I didn't know that I would be able to come back, I am so grateful for every opportunity I get to step into the ring, right?
Awesome. Yes. Glad to hear that. SCWPro, and you also
home base. 20 years coming up for SCW on the 9th. That's amazing for a show that started 20 years ago and has produced some great talent. So, really honored to be a part of that anniversary show. I mean, how many other independent promotions last 20 years? There's not too many. I think AAW is coming up on 20 years, right? But that's so special, and to be a part of that, and it's home base. Obviously, a lot of Black and Brave students have their first matches there. Our coaches wrestled at SCWPro as well when they were on their way up. So to just be a part of that family is an honor.
Definitely. I'm excited to see what's coming up for you. If you have anything you want to plug, go ahead. But also talk about the big show tonight, AEW All Out. I mean, you're going to be there. Who are you cheering for between Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho?
Man, I gotta root for Chris. She's East Coast girl. She is, obviously coming back from an injury herself and looking to reestablish herself as extremely dominant in that division. And I would love nothing more than to see her continue her hot streak. I think it'll be really great. I think that Ruby will be a very tough opponent for her, but that sometimes brings out the best of both competitors. I am very excited to see that match.
And has it ever crossed your mind to win the independent wrestling title, the Independent Wrestling Title? How about that? IWTV. Can you win that title one day?
One day, I will definitely be the Golden Witch, and perhaps the title I am carrying will be the IWTV title. I travel a lot. I wrestle a lot of places. I see a lot of people and I see a lot of fans, and I think that it would be really, really cool to continue the effort of getting that title outside of the Northeast and putting it on a more national stage.
For sure. What do you think of the current champion, Alex Rice?
I think it's long overdue. I think that it was inevitable. He was going to get that title at some point. He works very, very, very hard, and it was just a matter of where and when and the timing lining up right for him to make his move and take that gold. And I think he's going to be an excellent fighting champion. And I'm really excited to see where that goes in the next couple of months, where he takes that title. It's the territories he defends it in. Like, does he take it out west? Does he take it to the south? Does he take it to the Midwest? Like, who are the opponents that are maybe hungry to get a shot at that title that have not had an opportunity yet? So I am really looking forward to seeing him be a fighting champion.
For sure. And, talk about Seth Rollins. You trained at BlackandBraveAcademy with him, and of course, Merrick Brave. Did you get to see his match last night at Payback? It was the main event against Shinsuke Nakamura. And do you have any thoughts? Like, what do you take from him as a teacher?
I love the intensity he brings to the ring. I love that it's just some people go out there, they wrestle, and they're there, but it's like he's in it, and he is present, and he is always on 100% of the time. And I just love that every bout he is part of has a story that is told through every vignette, through every promo, through every match leading up to it, to the actual match. And it's like it all is so cohesive and so special. And just to see that match and to see the story of Shinsuke targeting his back be played out in the ring, and how it really was a strategy, and how that story was told, was just, that's like the beauty of pro wrestling to me, right? Is the ability to be such a great storyteller. And that match told a beautiful story, and I think he is an amazing storyteller.
Yeah, definitely. And we also seen Heather Reckless really making the rounds in the independent scene, doing the ROH appearance, AEW Dark, just like yourself. So have you helped her guide in the waters, or how do you think she's doing?
I think she's killing it. She's been in the game a little bit longer than me.
Okay.
She has a little bit more time under her belt, and I think it's really nice to see all the efforts she has put in to become great and successful paying off. I love that she's getting opportunities. I love that other girls from Black and Brave, like BlairOnyx, is getting opportunities, like newer girls like Amina Belmont and Maggie Lee are out there tearing it up in the Midwest, like, and doing that school proud and showing why it is elite and why we are better than everybody else.
You got to be in the ring with BlairOnyx. Was that the first time recently?
Not the first time. We've sparred off before at AAW. So, Witch and a Spider, it's a good story there. Very familiar opponents. Sometimes I get the best of her, sometimes she gets the best of me, but it's always an excellent match. And I always love to test myself against her because, again, this is someone who is from the same training system but has been working a little bit longer than me. So it's a good measuring stick, right, to see how you're holding up against other people from the same pond. So I love working Blair.
And then talk about how grateful you are to be back. I know we were talking earlier about that, and how awesome it is just to take in everything and just, understanding that this may have been taken away from you at one point. So now that you have it back, how grateful you are and not taking it for granted.
I mean, honestly, you just nailed it, right? Like, I don't take it for granted. And I think that until something that you love as much as you love, or as much as I love professional wrestling, is ripped away from you, you don't realize that, So as much as it sucks, I don't say I'm glad I had the experience of being horrifically injured for a year and a half, but I think that experience really helped me grow as a wrestler. It helped me grow as a person. It helped me have a different perspective on how I go about my wrestling career, and it made me grateful. It made me grateful to be a part of a business that I love, and it made me also, once again, realize that in a moment, this could go away for anybody for any reason. So I just try to never take opportunities, experiences, matches, engagements, anything for granted in this business, and just be extremely grateful for every part of the journey.
Definitely. And then any fun interactions you had with people here at StarrCast for the first time? For the first time?
Last year, LaRue drew a caricature of me, and I thought that was incredible. That was one of the highlights of the weekend. I also had a photo op with a pug.
Oh, yeah.
So, I am a pug as well.
Oh,
that was a highlight for me, getting a picture with Hogan the pug. What else? Oh my gosh. And like I said, just getting to see so many fans and reconnect with so many fans that I did not get to see when I was out injured.
Okay.
Especially in the Chicagoland area. I was mostly out east while I did my recovery. So that was really special, just to see a lot of familiar faces.
For sure. And we saw the AAW Women's Championship match between Masha Slamovich and Sierra, and it was actually a disqualification. It was thrown out, a draw. So you have your eyes on that title, and see who you think is going to come out on top next time.
I think that we are very, very close to entering the era of Sierra. She has been going after it for a while, especially at AAW for that particular title. I know we were speaking about how Alec Price had his sights on that IWTV title for a very long time. I think she has had her sights on that AAW Women's Championship for a very, very long time, and she has figured out her opponent now, and she will be victorious in their next meeting, whatever that may be. Wherever it may be, in the crowd, in the parking lot, who knows, in a cage, I think she's got it in the bag. I think she's studied her opponent, she's put the time in, and she is well on her way to that championship gold.
Awesome. Well, Kaia, I love having you on
Absolutely.
PWE Report. If there's anything you'd like to see out there in the fans, how they should follow you and subscribe, go ahead.
I am on all social media platforms under the handle at KaiaMCK, KaiaMCK. You can find me at shows throughout the Midwest through the month of October, and then I will be at shows in the Northeast starting again in November. Please interact with me online. I love seeing everybody's smiling faces. Take pictures with me at shows. Let's all enjoy wrestling together and remind ourselves why it really is magical.
Definitely. We appreciate you again.
Of course, thank you so much.
Best of luck.
Thank
to
you, Sean.
Future.